I like Russia. Of course, in any new country, it's very difficult. So I have faced challenges. I have good time also here. I have many good friends, and I can say Russian people are very good. Russia is the most beautiful country to live, most safe country, because you can go anytime. Even woman or man can go in the night. There is no problem. I visited almost all the city of Russia.
Really?
We
have a vast geography.
I had
lot of
opportunity
cities.
I invited many Indian pharma company, and I told them clearly, this is the right time to enter into Russian Federation. And don't know how to do properly, but Russian people are doing in best way, the yoga and meditation.
Zvezda Holding presents Dynamic Spectrum Talks now.
Hello, dear friends. This is the Dynamic Spectrum Talks podcast, a place where we're trying to build bridges between people and nations, a place of common trust and respectful dialogue. Here we try to find commonalities between peoples all around the world and to focus on positive things that are happening around us. And my name is Yuri Lindre, and keeping in mind that our difficult times requires something that lies far away from the geopolitics, something that is very crucial and is in high need to all the people. We invited to talk with us today a good friend from India, a country that is historically has a lot common with Russia and historically has deep ties with Russia. And we are glad to welcome today General Director of Pharmaceutical Company, Honorary Representative of Pharmaceutical Expert Council of India, Devesh Kumar. Devesh, thank you for visiting us.
Thank you, Yuri. Thank you for inviting me.
Devesh, you have a huge experience in pharma industry. As far as we know, you've been working with veterinary products for around 17 years, if I'm not mistaken. That's quite impressive. And you also worked in product management, international marketing, sales, and client relations.
Yeah.
Is it correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, and now you're here in Russia. My question is quite obvious. How come did you end up in being in Russia, so far away from your mother country, home country, India, and for how long have you been here with us?
Thank you, Yuri. First of all, I would say a few words about my country. I am proud to represent a country which is fastest growing economy in the world in 21st century. You must have seen the data. Today, India already skipped Japan, and we are on the fourth largest economy now. So United States, China, and Germany, and then fourth number is India. India is the fourth largest economy in the world now. As per our plan, very soon we will be reaching the third position.
And number one in terms of population?
In terms of population, we are number one. So what does it mean by number one? If number one population means there are lots of big market, lots of opportunity, lots of job opportunity, lots of people need food, people need medicine, many things. So you can say India is the country of dream now. Of course, India is a very hospitable country. We people believe in two words. For Sanskrit, we always say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So it's a Sanskrit word. The meaning of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is whole world is one family. And we believe into that. Also, there is another word in Sanskrit, Atithi Devo Bhava. Atithi means Gosti. Devo means Bhog. So for us, for Indian people, guests is our God. We treat our guest as a God. So this is the beauty of India. And if you will see our diplomatic relation, India and Russia, we share our friendship since last 78 years. Sometime you can see we had good relation with France, America, Canada, Turkey, something. Sometimes there is some conflict. But Russia is the only country we never had any conflict. When 1971, even I was not born, I heard we had a conflict with Pakistan due to Bangladesh issue and all. Entire world was against us. But Russia was the only country who supported us, who stand behind us always. Even last 10 days ago, there was some conflict with Pakistan, you must have heard.
And in recent days as well, unfortunately.
Yeah. So Russia always stand behind us. And in this current scenario also, India also support Russia. And if I'm not wrong, you must be knowing, India is the largest importer of Russian oil and gas in this geopolitical situation also. So we always support each other. We share our equity, value and all. Few words of Sanskrit is also same. Like in Sanskrit, we have vrata. And from vrata, it came brat. So many things are similar here. And our friendship is since Soviet era. So we are good friend here. As far as business and my arrival is concerned, yes, I am a qualified veterinary graduate. Then I did MBA in rural marketing. I started my career with a multinational company from United Kingdom. It's GlaxoSmithKline. Then I worked with a French company. Means I didn't change the job, but company sold the division to the French company. So I worked with a French company. Then I worked with Pfizer. It's a well-known company. After that, I joined an Indian company who were doing export in Russia and other country. So we shifted here, we opened an office here and started developing business. Of course, during the COVID, I left the job and I started my own venture. So currently, I have 2-3 projects here. I have completed 6 years in Russia. I like Russia. Of course, in any new country, it's very difficult. So I have faced challenges. I have good time also here. I have many good friends and I can say Russian people are very good. As I was talking before you, last week I was in the United States and I visited, due to the business only 42 countries in the world. And I can say Russia is the most beautiful country to live, most safe country because you can go anytime, even woman or man can go in the night, there is no problem. But in other country, you have to be scared. Maybe somebody will stop you or you will be robbed or beaten something. But in Russia, it's not like that. We have a company here where I am doing, a Russian partner is there, 50% equity holder, and we are importing veterinary medicines and we are distributing here. One of my project is we are implementing project in Murmansk region where we will be building medicine factory with the investment of $120 million.
Yeah, you exceeded my question because this is something I want to also ask you because in current circumstances we hear a lot, especially from mainstream media, that investing in Russia is a risky story and it's better maybe to avoid economical relations with Russia, especially if you want to put your money in here in our local economy. But your example shows that there is a opposite way, and investing in building something in Russia, especially factory, which means it's a high-tech project, is also possible and could be profitable as well.
So, see, when there is a crisis, there is opportunity. I am telling, since I represent also Pharmaceutical Export Promotion Council of India, which is set up by Ministry of Commerce and Industry of Government of India. So I invited many Indian pharma company and I told them clearly, this is the right time to enter into Russian Federation. If not now, then never. Means you can see due to the geopolitical situation, many American and European companies left the Russian market. So there is a gap in the market. And if we can fulfill that gap, India is known as pharmacy of the world. You will be surprised to know 65% of the world vaccines consumption, whatever vaccine is used by Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer and AstraZeneca, all the vaccine is being made in India. So we are doing contract manufacturing for all those companies and we are exporting to them. So,
you're a global producer of the vaccines and the medicine in general.
Yeah, and in generic, of course, we are the world leader. Russia supported us in terms of weapons. We should support in terms of pharmaceuticals. what expertise we have, we should transfer here, and what expertise Russia is having, we are already getting that benefit.
You see, it's a very interesting story. We assist you in defending yourself in order to make your people safe from, let's say, external threat, and you are making the opposite. You try to make people to be protective here from domestically in terms of medicine.
Yeah.
Protection from this side and from that side.
If you will see, there is two industry. One is pharmaceutical industry and one is IT industry. These two industry have lots of scope always. During the COVID, you have seen medicine requirement always was in demand, and IT. Earlier, very few people was using Cisco, Webex or some other options of the online meetings and all. After COVID, many new company also entered, and everybody has started using Zoom call, Google Meet, Microsoft, and everything. So these two industries will always grow. New disease will always come. So we always try to keep new innovation in pharma and all. So we are committed to do something new in pharmaceuticals in Russia. We have not started focusing on the common medicines, which is everywhere. All the companies are manufacturing. We are focused on the critical care medicines, which is really important for the human life. And the company, American and European company, was producing or selling those medicines in higher cost. So we are thinking to develop those medicines here. And Indian pharma is known for three things. Indian pharma is for quality, reliability, and affordability. So in Indian pharma product, you can you don't need to worry about the quality of Indian pharma product. You can rely on that, and it's affordable. Price is because we have a huge population. The labor cost is cheaper than Russia, and across the globe, you will see the labor cost is very low over there.
And probably, sorry for saying so, the level of greed is less than, for example, the Americans have or Germans have, because they have a certain proportion of profit they must put in the final price. So you are, because as far as I know, civilizational, you're less focused on creating personal profit instead of trying to share with the people. So as far as I know, your level of profit is less, and this is why it's more affordable.
At the start, I told you, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So we believe whole world is one family. So we care about the people more rather than profits. And because of that, you have seen India. When India known Ayurveda, yoga, meditation, we are the first exported to the world. However, we have not gained the money, but we have added value to the people life. Many people are practicing yoga, meditation, and Ayurveda in the world, which is safe for their life, and that will give you energy to live you a better life and all. So be more focused on the people life, adding value to the life.
You know what, I heard from some researchers and scientists that, for example, if you go especially to the northern part of European Russia, to the remote areas where small villages and towns exist, and you will find, as scientists say, a lot of common, for example, with the people from northern India in terms of lifestyle, of communicating to each other, of sharing stuff they have in sense of life and feeling of life. So it means, as you rightly mentioned in the beginning, that some words that you currently use in Russian language are descended from Sanskrit, as well as people living in northern part of India also decided 1,000 years ago that they need to explore something extra. Some of them still living here turn to be Russians. But I mean, we are very connected in directly, I mean, from DNA perspective, from cultural perspective, language perspective, and of course, maybe because of that we historically have a lot of common in our background, in our civilizational core. Yeah. This is why we still can easily communicate and make friendship, I mean, between the countries, because actually we are probably very close branches of the same tree.
True. Very true.
This is how I see it.
Yeah, it's true. And I don't know whether you had the chance to visit India or not.
Not yet, unfortunately.
You must visit. Whenever you will visit India, the first interaction you will have with the passport control. And in 1 minute, you will have a stamp on your passport, and our people will give you a stamp with a smile. When you will go to the village and all, they will welcome you. They will offer you food, lunch, dinner. They can ask you to stay at our home. So these kind of people we have in India. 1 month ago, I had opportunity to visit India, Delhi, with 2 Russian people, 2 of my friend. And they were also visited first time, and they were delighted. They said Indian people are very good, and everybody is good. Not you have money, lots of money or not, but all the people are very welcoming and polite. So these kind of, and of course the same I feel in Russia. Russian people are also good. I visited almost all the city of Russia.
Really?
We
have a vast geography.
I had
lot of
opportunity
cities.
to visit Sakhalin at least 10 times. I visited Blagovenos, Amur region 2 times. I visited Magadan. I visited Vladivostok, Primorsky Krai, Kamchatka, Yakutia, Krasnoyarsk, Omsk, Tomsk, St. Petersburg, Belgorod, Voronezh, Lipetsk, Novosibirsk, Kazan, Ekaterinburg, Perm, Ufa,
That's huge.
Tyumen, Samara, Kaliningrad, Arkhangelsk, Murmansk, of course, almost 40 times because I have a project over there. Armavir, Stavropol, Sevastopol. So almost I visited all the city.
You see, I feel ashamed because you visited much more cities than I visited.
I can tell you, means I am telling my Indian, I have few friends in Indian media and Bollywood also. So I am requesting Bollywood people, no need to explore United Kingdom and Switzerland for the movie recording, Bollywood movies. You come to Russia, we will give you everything. If you need live volcano, we will invite you to Kamchatka. If you need lots of snow, we will invite you to Sakhalin in winter. If you want to see lots of good island, we will invite you to Yuzhny Sakhalin, or we will ask you to go to Kuril Island. If you want 24-hour day, we will invite you to Murmansk. If you want to see northern light, Murmansk. If you want 24-hour night in winter, we will invite you to Murmansk. So we have everything, vast, big region. And I am fortunate to explore all these major region. And I am very happy to live here.
Okay, Devish, let's continue our, let's say, historical relation, because I have a few facts I want also to highlight. Let's go, for example, to the 15th century, so like 600 years ago. In Russia, there was a quite famous merchant from Tver region. You probably know it. It's not very far from Moscow. His name was Afanasy Nikitin. And as our historical books say, the artifacts say, that he was one of the first Europeans and probably the first Russian to visit India.
Yes.
So when it comes to trade, our countries are considered strong partners, and it was like the same way even centuries ago. So obviously the most active chapter of our relations started when India became independent in 1947, right? And if you talk about culture, I also remember it because, even since my childhood, it was a crazy story. Indian cinema, Indian movies was even now very popular in the Soviet Union. So almost everyone knew Raj Kapoor. And I remember my personal movie was Disco Dancer with Mithun Chakraborty. I still remember it. I was, 5 years old or whatever. So, and we should also not forget that in the past decades, many Indian students went to the USSR, to Russia, to study and get a good quality education, and then return back to India, being already good professionals in their fields of study. Since that time, we know now not much things have changed because, as far as I know, around 14,000 Indian students are now getting education in a Russian university. For example, 8 years ago, it was 2 times less. So it means that we are developing our relations and in this particular sphere as well. So how do you think? What is so special about relations between our people? So why we are coming along so well, and what unites Russia and India? Probably there are a lot of similarities between us.
So see, you know, Russia, India have big, huge population. We don't have this much of medical institute to accommodate every student. In India, medical profession, not only in India, in the world, medical profession is one of the prestigious profession where you are saving the people's life. everybody wants to become doctor or engineer. Like in America, Silicon Valley, San Francisco and California is led by Indian people. So all the big companies CEO is Indian. Similarly, in pharma sector, all the doctors, good doctors are Indian, even in the United States also. And people wants to study in medical. In India, we don't have infrastructure, but in Russia, almost every region or every small town, you have a medical institute. You have an engineering institute. Means infrastructure wise, you are very much ahead us. Russia is very much ahead from India. And also in terms of economical point of view, if you will see, Russian education is good, but much cheaper than economical than India. In India, medical study is very costly. Everybody cannot afford that, but in Russia, we can afford. This is the second thing. Third thing, earlier in Soviet era, if Indian student was coming, they had to study Russian language first, and then they can, after 1 year, they can continue with the medical study. Now, many Russian university, I think almost all the university have English medium course also. So many people wants to come here and study medical in English language.
Yeah, and for you it's easy because, as we know, English is a recognized language in India. So most of your population speak English.
And since our political relation is good, diplomatic relation is good, therefore the parents are thinking my children are going to safe hand. There will be no issue. There will be no some kind of bomb or something will be going to them. Means Russia is one of the safest city. As if you will, I will interrupt with the family region. My parents was very worried whenever they were watching Indian news that today drone attack was there or something. Then I was tired and I invited them. They didn't have a passport. I applied for the passport visa and they came here. They stay here 2 months. Then I asked, have you heard any time drone attack or bomb or something? They said no. I said, this is the life in Russia. Then now they are in India. They never ask me, how are you? Everything is okay or not.
You see, there is a picture in the media, and there is a picture in reality. Sometimes there is a match between these two pictures. Sometimes there are obvious differences, but it's life. We need to accept it that news and the media outlets highlight what is most clickbaitable. I mean, what is most watchable and whatever. I mean, it's not necessary to all the time to provide any sort of propaganda, but if we'll talk about, if the media will write and broadcast only about daily life, it won't attract too much attention.
True.
Instead of if you will be broadcasting something emotional.
Yeah.
Even if these emotions are related with fear or whatever.
Yeah.
We understand it's about audience and numbers of views.
Yeah. So I will finish this medical one. So for medical study, even every day, now also I am getting few requests from many Indian agency. They wants to get some quota in the institute. Like I requested already Kuban University, Pacific University, Ivanova and all. We need some seats because there are lots of students and they wants to study medical. Therefore, Russia is the first preferences. Education is good. Children are safe they are in safe hand, and also it's economical in terms of money is concerned. Therefore, our students wants to learn here.
Divesh, what do you think about tourism? Because it looks like a promising sphere of possible cooperation. I mean, it already exists, but we heard that this year there should be a visa-free regime between our countries to be installed. So if it will happen, this decision will open doors for many Indian tourists to come to Russia, as you said. Go and browse yourself, go and see what's the picture in reality is, and vice versa. We know that India historically also quite attractive for a certain group of Russian people, Russian tourists especially, who adhere to your culture, yoga and spiritual practices. So, but a few numbers, a few figures. In the first half of the past year, 2024, Russia saw around 30,000 tourists from India. How do you think, Divesh, how many Russian tourists currently in India and other people who would like and live in India permanently because they feel comfortable and want to, extend their stay there for years.
If you will see the ground reality, we are very much happy to share experience with Russia and India. You must be knowing Goa. There is a city called
Of course.
Goa. And you will be surprised to know many Russians have apartment over there. Many Russians have restaurant over there. And they are connected with the Russian guest, and they are going there, they are booking their apartment, they are staying and eating. This is the one. There is a very, even I am Indian, but I was never heard about the Panchakarma and all. And in Ayurveda, many Russian people are going to Kerala, Rishikesh, Dharamshala for the Panchakarma in Ayurveda. And also many Russian people wants to go to Agra to see Taj Mahal, even Mathura, Vrindavan. And I am very proud to say and see in Russia, we are also doing Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, yoga, meditation. But you people are doing better than us. This is the reality. If you will see, we have a temple called ISKCON temple, which is near to Metro Gili or something. Metro, but I forget the name of the metro, in center only.
Okay.
And you will see many ladies and gents. Every Saturday there is a prayer in the evening. And the way Russian people are involved in the prayer and dancing and Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, we Indian people are not doing. You are doing pretty well. Every year we are celebrating a World International Ayurveda Day. And you can go to park, Gorky or any other places we organize. Like last year it was in Kolominsky Park and different places. Indian people are less. Indian people are even don't know how to do properly. But Russian people are doing in best way, the yoga and meditation.
There is also an International Day of Yoga, and it will be celebrated quite soon.
Yeah, very soon. So you people are doing very good. And Russian people like Indian movie, as you said, Indian yoga, meditation. Indian food is very delicious. All the people like Indian food.
Spicy but delicious.
Yeah, even in Moscow
spicy.
there are many restaurants, and that restaurant have less Indian guests, more Russian guests. Coming to the Russia, Indian people also wants to, of course, there was some issue earlier with the visa, which is almost 1.5 years. Now Indian people can get electronic visa. Still there are different, like if you will apply for visa, you can apply in the evening for Indian visa online. First time you are traveling, you want 1 year visa, you want 3 year visa, multiple visa, Indian government will give you. You will apply today evening, tomorrow morning your visa will be ready for tourism purpose.
So easy.
So easy. If Indian people wants to apply for Russia, they will apply. They had to wait for 4 working days and they will get 16 days visa. However, as our government agreed, and very soon I am thinking that there will be some notification about the visa-free regime in both the country. You see, Indian economy is growing, means people are also having money. People wants to explore the world, and people are going to, earlier it was Bangkok, now many people are going to Baku, Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan. Why Kazakhstan? Because in last 2 years, Kazakhstan have visa-free for Indian. 2 weeks, 2 weeks they can stay in Kazakhstan without visa. There are 3 flights. Now we have challenges because only one Aeroflot is flying from Moscow to Delhi. There is no Indian aircraft is coming here. So that needs to be improved. But sometime I am feeling like when we will come to the airport in Moscow, the passport control officer will see your passport for 5 minutes and then give you entry. But again, when I am going back and thinking, this is the reason Russia is safe, because they secure that all the people are coming to Russia. They are a genuine people, and also there will be no problem. Like we are promoting also, our Indian government is also promoting. Last year there was a event, like our Prime Minister announced that you should bring at least 2 of our your friend from Russia to India. Doesn't matter whether you are going to pay or they are paying, but you invite 2 people to Russia, and similar way you invite Indian people to Russia. And as I told you, there are so many beautiful places: St. Petersburg, Murmansk, Kazan, beautiful city, Sakhalin, Kamchatka. These are the beautiful places where people should visit. But there are challenges which I think in coming days there will be solved. Somebody wants to go to Kamchatka or Sakhalin. They have to travel from Delhi to Moscow 5-6 hours. Then again 8 to 9 hours to Kamchatka or Sakhalin, because there is no direct flight. There is no any direct flight from Far East to India. So if there will be some direct flight in the future, and this is the only way, if we will promote our tourism, tourists will be more than flight can be. If flight will operate, if there is a passenger, then flight is okay to operate. So this is the good way, and I think there is a huge scope in tourism in India and Russia.
Definitely, of course, if there is a demand, the flights will come.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have no doubt that after the visa-free regime, definitely will boost our people's exchange.
Yeah.
In all possible ways: tourism, business, cultural things.
I even see one more point I would like to add here. There is one visa issue. Visa will be solved. It's already easy now. Indian can get electronic visa. There is another challenges which our government is working, like Visa and MasterCard is not working here.
Yeah, payment system.
Yeah. So if Russian people are going to India, they are facing problem, because you have now Mir card, but Mir card is not working in India. In India also we have a RuPay card. So RuPay card, if we will have a tie-up, and if we will launch RuPay card in Russia and Mir card in India, then there will be very easy to pay anywhere. So Indian people can come here with Mir card, or even RuPay card can work here. Even Russian people will go there, Mir card and RuPay card will work there. So that is also one of the improvement area which our government is already, I believe, working, and it will be solved very soon.
Should be. I have no doubts about it, because it will benefit both countries. So if it's beneficial not only for one partner but for both partners, it should be solved. Divish, please confirm or correct me. First time you visited Russia in 1997, and it was St. Petersburg International Economic Forum.
First time I visited Russia in 2017. And
no, sorry. Yeah, correct. 2017, but okay. In any case, it started with St. Petersburg. Yeah, this is the case. Correct. The Economic Forum of St. Petersburg, it's about 25 years old already. And it turned to be some sort of Russian Davos, a huge, event, international high-profile event with a lot of politicians, top business person from all around the world. And I think it's a good place to establish ties, to find new partners, to do networking and to reach agreements. How do you think such high-profile events like St. Petersburg Economic Forum, how they, and particularly this event, contributes to bring our countries closer together?
See, St. Petersburg International Economic Forum, as per my experience, one of the best international forum. You can see everything. The way last year, my Director General of Pharma was here, and we were discussing Indian people should learn with this, how event can be organized the best way. Even I signed a MOU in St. Petersburg International Economic Forum only, in the presence of Federal Minister of Mr. Alexei Chekunkov, the Minister of Far East, the Governor of Murmansk, and from this Kirdeve, Far East Development Corporation. Also with the RFP, Russian Direct Investment Fund. So they are our equity partner. And we always, now this year also, I received a request from Rose Congress to invite few good people from India, good CEO, top 10 CEO. So we are already negotiating, and this is the best platform where you can, of course, President Mr. Putin is also there, but you will not have the access to meet one-to-one with him, but you can hear his speech, you can listen. But apart from Mr. President, you can meet all other ministers, all regions governors are there at one platform. If anything you want to do, like any innovation now, what are the area of cooperation we can explore between India and Russia? One is the AI, because India is very strong in IT. So AI we can explore, data center we can explore. If any cryptocurrency company is making in India, in Russia will be much cheaper. Why? Because the electricity is
cheaper, yeah.
Also, if they are going to Far East or Yakutia or something like that, it's cold area, so there will be less consumption of electricity. Similarly, we can explore pharma. There is, if there is good company like India, we have a Ola. Ola, it's a taxi as well as AI. Ola can come in Russia, maybe with the joint venture with the Yandex, and we can have a more taxi, because now we have only one Yandex and we are facing some issue. So there should be taxi cooperation. Hotel industry we can cooperate in other, apart from Moscow and St. Petersburg, many cities like Far East, we have a crisis of hotels. So hotel industry can be developed. Hospo resort like medical and hotel can be together. There is many companies exploring. Even Indian companies are entering into human pharmaceuticals. But there is another industry, veterinary pharmaceuticals. And then there is a scope Indian companies should think about. In Russian market, if you go to Apteka, every fourth product liquor from India. But in veterinary, there is shortage. So there is a scope of veterinary medicines here in Russia. And there is a logistic, oil and gas industry. So there are huge scope. And we should explore St. Petersburg International Economic Forum. We should use this platform because you are not going to sign only the agreement. There is all media, everything. So there will be announcement also, public announcement and all. So this is the good platform, and we should really use. In 2019, our Prime Minister came for Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok. And he shared the stage with President Putin. And there was an announcement, lots of announcement. So we should use almost every year, even from India also, some of the ministers and big delegations are coming. This year also they will come. So this is the good platform to use for the business.
I think that our relations could develop both in a bilateral way and multilateral, because Russia and India are part of the, for example, BRICS family. Yeah. And some other notable international organization, and it means that we can basically cooperate on everything. If one particular organization do not cover certain area of cooperation, it will be definitely covered by the other.
Yeah.
And you didn't mention agriculture. Do we have...
Agriculture, sorry, I missed. There are huge scope in agriculture, and we should do many things in agriculture. Even in Russia, in Canada, many Indians are living there and they are working in agriculture land. So similarly, we should do many things. Two potential area we found, we are already discussing with Krasnodar region and even in Sakhalin also. One of the very high yield crop is called saffron. You might be knowing saffron. Saffron need some cold weather, some ice also, some normal weather also. So in few regions of Russia, it's the best place to grow saffron. And it's a very high yield business because it's a cash. After getting the crop, you can sell the saffron and you can get a good money. So in agriculture, there are lots of scope. Not only agriculture, as you know, Russia, India have lots of population. So we can send the skilled workers. Already Indian government and Russian government agree on that, and many laborers are coming now. Every day, if you will go to Sheremetyevo airport, you will see 50% of passengers, the workers are coming from India now. Of course, we have to adopt something like language barrier is there. So they are also in India. Also, there are many institutes now who is teaching Russian language. So this is one of the main industry for workers. And in agriculture, apart from this, we have lots of apple tree here. But still we are going to the market and we can see exported apple is here. So we have a suitable weather. Like in India, we have good quality of apple, but where it's growing? In Jammu and Kashmir, where weather is like Russia. So we should grow here a good quality of apple also. Rice and other things also. So there are huge scope in agriculture here.
Devish, to conclude our today's conversation, I must ask you the question we usually ask our esteemed guests is about similarities between our people, particularly between Russian and Indians. And especially I want to ask you about, you already mentioned language barrier. English people, most of your people speak English beside own languages. We know that in India there are several state languages, like Sanskrit we already mentioned, but there are others. So your people know local languages and English as well. Most of it. But from your perspective, how difficult for Indians to study Russian? I think it should be a little bit more difficult than English.
It's difficult, of course. See, first, one more thing I want to add for the business, and then I will come to this point. As you know, last year our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, visited Russia, and we agreed that in coming days, coming future, we are going to increase our business tie up to $100 billion. Now it's 66 or something. So if the already government had decided that we have to increase our business between Russia and India, means we have to work in many sectors. And when we have to work in many sectors, then language should be there. So we should adopt, like last year, I was in Kazan Forum. This year also, I had invitation from Turk, so I went there. Last day of the forum, I met many students from Kazan University. And I asked, what you are studying? They said, Chinese language. I asked, why Chinese? They said, China is a big economy. China have lots of job opportunity and all. So therefore China. And many Chinese businessmen are coming in Russia. I told them, have you seen which is the fastest growing economy in the world? Last year we were the top 5. Now we are the top 4th. So India is also a growing economy. India where you can trust and you can develop the business. So I believe Russians should also learn some Hindi. We have in our Indian embassy, we have a JNCC, Jawaharlal Nehru Culture Center, where we have a teacher, and anybody wants to learn Hindi, they can go take admission. It's free of cost. We are giving free of cost Hindi education to Russian people. Even we are teaching the Indian dances also over there. But Russian language, like even for me, I live in Kutuzovsky, and sometimes like Y is U here, N is H. So there are difficulties. Sometimes I confuse. But yes, I can speak Russian. You might be knowing there is a rule in Russia. If any foreign workers are coming, within 3 months, they have to pass Russian language exam.
Which is difficult.
If they will not pass, they will have to go back to India or any other country, which is difficult. I believe from Russian side also there will be some flexibility. At least you can give 6 months, or we will also teach. But yes, now everybody is aware. In India, many institutes already started. Many Russian institutes have tie-up with India now for the online education. And I believe there should be another part of cooperation, like in medical and in other field. There should be a course exchange plan or something. Few years they can study in India, few years they can study in Russia. You have a veterinary doctor here, you have human doctor here, but you don't have Ayurveda doctor, education I'm talking about, in institute. In India we have homeopathy doctor also, we have Ayurveda doctor also. So many Russian can go to study in India as an Ayurveda doctor. There are many Ayurveda centers in Moscow, but all Ayurveda center is been run by Indian. So Russian should be also Ayurveda doctor. Maybe Indian Ayurveda Institute can be open here. So there are huge scope of working with India and Russia. We need to work on daily basis and day to night.
From my perspective, everything that enriches cultures of the people is good. So I 100% agree with you and support if there will be branches of Indian institutions which provide education that is not available here in Russia or in Europe in general, because this belongs to your civilization. This is your unique super skill, let's call it like that. Why not? It will benefit our societies as well. So, Divish, thank you very much for this very interesting and very positive conversation. In the studio of Dynamic Spectrum Talks, there was Divish Kumar, honorary representative of Pharmaceutical Export Council of India and Indian businessman and good friend of Russia. See you, Divish, next time.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Zvezda Holding presents Dynamic Spectrum Talks now.